And welcome back to Open. Darren Hyme here with you. Well, last week's major story, Eric Garner was held in a chokehold apparently by his police attempted to arrest him. He later died, uttering the words, "I can't breathe." The question remains, did police use excessive force? Did they abuse their authority? The organizer of the Seeking Solutions Anti-Violence Summit, Clark Pena, joins us now to chime in, and we welcome him back to the show. And
good to
have you. Once again, New York City is grappled with this. We, particularly here in the borough of the Bronx, have seen this over and over and over again, where questionable police tactics are used, ending in the loss of life. And so when we look at the situation of Eric Garner, from your perspective, let me just get your take on the whole situation.
Well, we don't want to obviously rush to judgment, but two things are factual. Mr. Gardner is dead. He should not have died. And there appears to be something illegally done by a police officer or police officers that responded to that scene. Obviously, there are numerous investigations ongoing, and I always like to tell everyone, let's wait for the final disposition. And if something was found to be criminally done by the police officer, let's call him to the carpet and let's do justice.
So you're having a summit coming up.
That's correct.
And it's dealing with seeking solutions.
That's correct.
And so when you look at the community says, listen, we've been trying to seek solutions for a long time. What makes this summit a little different?
Well, post the Staten Island incident, it has definitely changed the dynamics of the summit. In order for us as community, as clergy, as business leaders, if we're going to seek solutions, we have to first reestablish trust with our law enforcement officers. So we are continuing with our summit, but we're going to start off by addressing the issue of the Gardner incident. We've invited members of the administration.
Which administration?
Of the de Blasio administration,
okay,
to include their top law enforcement officials to attend. We're still awaiting a response. We hope that they're there because, once again, we're seeking solutions. We're not looking to point fingers. But once again, in order for us to seek solutions and save lives, we have to establish a trust factor between law enforcement and community, and then we'll move forward.
Do you contend that there is a huge divide, and given this with the Gardner incident, once again, this reignites the city's racial tensions, and I said racial as well as community tensions. So how do we approach having that conversation that addresses all of those things?
Well, we've reached out. We've been kept updated as to what's been going on with the incident from the time it took place to today. I did receive some information from the Community Assistance Unit of the New York City Mayor's office, and they have been keeping us as community leaders, as clergy, and as business leaders. They've been briefing us as to what's going on, and as we speak, Mr. Gardner is being laid to rest, so my thoughts and prayers are with the Gardner family at this time.
Mm-hmm. And we want to let you know, Friday, July 25th, from 11 to 5, the summit site is the Eastward Baptist Church, 2011 First Avenue. Dr. Sean Gardner of the Eastward Baptist Church, as well as community partners, will be a part of this Seeking Solutions Summit, where hopefully some solutions can actually be brought about. What are you hearing from people right now, given the fact of this latest incident with regards to Eric Garner? Because once again, you have community leaders, elected officials who are simply outraged. And to be honest with you, it's nice to seek solutions, but then some people say, listen, the result always ends up being acquittal. It was justified. Talk about the passion of the people to really get to the table. Is there a passion of people to get to the table?
Well, yes. Well, look, I'm a community folk, and there's no one that's been a stronger advocate for law enforcement than I. But we have to face the facts. Something went totally wrong on that day. That Mr. Gardner is being laid to rest today. Mm-hmm. We have to come to the table. We've extended an invitation. Let's sit down and talk. The fact of the matter is, law enforcement cannot do the job without strong community involvement. And I think this could be a great start. Let's move forward. Let's wait for the facts and the investigation to be completed, and we shall take it from there. But community and police must find a way to work together.
Has it been pretty positive in terms of when you reach out to police officers, and I should say police administration, to try to bring them to the table for this summit. What's the response been like?
Well, to be honest with you, we've been getting a lot of great responses from Commissioner Carrion from the Community Assistance Unit, from the Mayor's Office, Harold Miller, the Deputy Commissioner, Elise Beal, the Manhattan Director. They've been very open and very forthcoming, and we hope that Friday we will have representation there from the law enforcement community of NYPD.
Okay. And if you have an end result, end game, end hope, what would that be out of the summit?
More training for these police officers. Obviously, more involvement within the training of police officers with community leaders, clergy, business leaders, and let's start moving forward. Once again, we have to refocus. People are getting killed, stabbed, in tremendous numbers in the city, and we need law enforcement, but we also need them to protect our community, whether you're making an arrest or whether you're patrolling our streets.
Mm-hmm. And from the part of community, how's community reacting in regards to coming to a summit right after this situation with Mr. Gardner? Are people reluctant to even come and talk, or are they willing to really open up and have something to say?
Well, because of also we got the involvement of the National Action Network, which is going to be participating and being partners in the summit, the calls have been tremendous. People want to come. People want to express their opinion, express their thoughts, and we welcome that. That's what it's all about. We want everyone to come to the table, and let's seek solution. Let's save lives. Let's reestablish trust factor with our law enforcement community.
Mm-hmm. So 11 to 5 on Friday, July 25th, we encourage people to come on out, be a part of the Seeking Solutions Anti-Violence Summit. The summit is being hosted by the Reverend Dr. Sean P. Gardner of the East Ward Baptist Church in Harlem, New York. The address there is 2011 First Avenue, 103rd, 104th Street. You can come on out and be a part. Clark Pena and Dr. Sean P. Gardner are the organizers there. And there you see the number at the bottom of your screen, as well as the email address that you might be able to come and be able to and be able to share. When you look at a situation like this, and you see the mayor say, "Listen, certainly it looks like clearly something goes wrong." You hear the police commissioner say, "We have to wait and see what's going on." Do you get a sense, because we've talked and interviewed people before who say, listen, when we hear that we have to wait and see before all the facts come out, do you feel that there's this heavy tension, and that if things don't go right this time, that it'll probably be worse than ever, given the fact that it's the first time that the de Blasio administration is going to have to deal with this, and it's something that he ran on? Right.
Well, there is clear tension. Make no mistake about it. But once again, everyone's entitled to due process. We have to see where the investigation takes us. There's numerous investigations, numerous agencies conduct investigations. Let's wait for the final determination, and we'll move forward from there. I personally feel that the de Blasio administration has a vested interest in making sure that this ends correctly, and so do we in our communities.
All right, Clark Payne, thank you so much for coming and sharing with us.
Thank you for having us.
All right, got to take a quick break, but when we come back, we'll continue with more open, and we'll bring you more information as the show continues.